Welcome everybody, doing a little bit of D&D in the Sven Zone. Let me go ahead and pull up the stream, make sure I can be heard. All right, and Nick, go ahead and say hi. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Let me add, let's see, I think it's... It is this one, okay. Mic, okay. Right here, computer sounds, okay. Mic. Allocation, output capture, is it this one? Or this one, let's see. Computer sounds. All right, now go ahead and say something, Nick.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
All right, now go ahead and say something, Nick.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, excellent. Okay. All right, so we are here. I'm gonna adjust the screen for everybody so you guys can read it a little easier here as I get going. That was a little different setup tonight. Because I didn't have a new setup, so I had to change everything. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Nick, because he is the one who's running the Crystal Heart campaign. So go ahead and take it away.
Yes. So last we left our heroes, they were in the middle of traveling to their next destination of Scalecliff Town, escorting some acolytes. As I pull up the map and share that with everyone. And amid their journey, they encountered the aftermath of a battle between some bandits and some familiar-looking cultists. Having used a magic item to speak with dead, you got some information off of who appeared to be the head bandit. And as you after you guys had finished asking some questions, all of the dead nearby were raised into some undead, to which there was a battle, and due to some turning shenanigans, about half of the people fled. Should have been destroyed, but fled. After searching some of the people, you guys found the old hideout, or where their old hideout should be, and went there to go see what was there. Where you encountered the other half of the undead bandits that you had fought, seeming to have returned to their camp in the aftermath of the fight, where you then proceeded to fight them again, and in a more contained space. And we left off in the middle of that as you guys were wailing on the undead bandit captain. Knowing there's still a couple left in there.
Yeah, we were very close to defeating him.
You're aware there's
had brought in a
more
snake.
left outside.
Was going to bring in a snake, but couldn't because it was too small. The area was too small. And I brought in my spiritual weapon, try to help. This guy took off and went running, so we chased him into here. All right.
Yep, and you're aware that besides the bandit captain, there are 3 other undeads
Nice.
A zombie, a skeleton, and an ogre zombie that are in the base in one place or another.
Okay.
All of which are still turned.
And as a quick aside, um, I have not turned on any of Mad Nomad's extensions because at the last time I tried, which was like 2 days after the update, it wasn't updated yet. So if he is updated now, and if you don't get any errors tonight, please let me know because I
Will do. I haven't
do want to run his
gotten
stuff
any
again.
so far. All right, and with that, I guess we can just hop back in. Mantha, are you on or able to talk on Discord yet? Haven't heard you yet.
Testing.
Okay, yeah, there you
Hey.
are. Perfect. Just
I had
double
to.
check before we got into it.
I had to mess around with my Discord settings so that like I could have like the Discord overlay to see who's speaking, because otherwise Discord was not letting me use Pusher Talk while Fantasy Grounds was open, which is weird.
Huh.
But anyway, I'm here.
And Atomic is here as well. Welcome, Atomic.
Hello.
Excellent. I can never remember all the little cheat codes that we have for the different campaigns, so good on you remembering the CH char to look at the characters. Atomic did not stream today. It was very sad because he was having issues with his router, but he replaced it. So hopefully, go by there tomorrow. Everybody has to go in tomorrow because he wasn't able to stream today. So got to go look at him tomorrow to check to make up for it.
Nice. All right. Well, I guess unless there's anything else people would like to remind for the short term, I guess we'll just get right into combat.
One last thing, I don't think it's Nomads, but right above the token now on your character sheet, there's a new Find Token button. I don't know if the DMs can see it or not, but that will open the map for you and show you where your token is. So it's cool. I never really had an issue with it. There's so many ways in Fantasy Grounds to find the map you're on, and as a DM, I always usually have the maps anyway. So, but it's cool. It's nice. So,
Alrighty. On that, top of the round is Barnacle.
all right. So I'm going to, like I said, we were very close to killing this guy. Pulling up my comment tracker.
And
all right.
looking up in some rough shape. Still kind of holds in there, but look pretty rough.
So we'll start with the rapier. So I can move the spiritual weapon if I need to. I hit. I stab at him. And he is not dead yet, so we will. Oh, I don't have my spiritual weapon set up on this computer, so we'll do it the real way. Go to spells, spiritual weapon, attack. Yes. Ooh, max damage. That was enough.
Nice.
Yay.
Nice.
You take your rapier, you stab through, hold him there as hold him still as you kind of skewered him as your spiritual weapon of an anchor kind of comes down, crushing his head into his body as he falls limply to the floor. Dead. All right. Anything else on your turn? You gonna move or?
I didn't think there was anything left, but I heard whispers of the DM saying there was some left, so I'm gonna go ahead and slide down. Well, I'll turn the merit again. Do we want to? I say we run down here in that one section we haven't seen because my spiritual weapon is still up, and then we can come back and do some looting.
Sorry, my
25,
cat stepped on my keyboard.
30.
And I started moving into space.
And now, I don't think I can move the spiritual weapon because it already attacked. And I think that's part of the movement is... Part of the attack is if you're going to move, it moves. Let me see. It says...
I think you are right on that.
I don't have the PHP open, so it's taking me a second to open. Here it is.
Mm-hmm.
As a bonus action, you can move the weapon 20 feet and repeat the attack. So it doesn't say you can attack and then move the weapon. So that's it for me. I'll move on.
Right. Skeleton.
Oh, that's right.
Gear is
He's turned. There is one more at least. Okay.
Yep. And you'd be aware because you have turned all of them that there is one more zombie.
We're in that big room and saw him too.
Yeah. But that brings us to Merritt.
Okay. Merritt is gonna. Can he turn into the? Can he use this guy's self to turn into like the skeleton that we just killed, like the captain, whatever?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm the undead bandit captain now,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna get moving. That's 25, and I cannot move past Barnacle. So. You hear the clattering of bones as Merritt starts just. He's just like freestyling these sounds because they don't really come with disguise self. He's making bone clattering sounds to the best of his ability.
Nice.
Not spending the action to cast like Minor Illusion, or I think he's just making that with his mouth.
Okay, disguise self was the action, okay?
Clack, clack, clack.
I don't
Yeah,
have
exactly.
2 actions.
I know, yeah. Also still turned and can't really move anymore. Same thing with this guy. Bring us to Gerald. Or
He is in no rush, so he will just step forward and wait for everybody else.
Sounds good. That brings us back to you, Marnicle.
All right. I vaguely remember I'm only 25. I do have a speed of 30. Okay, never mind. Cool.
Yeah, you have the boots of speeder, I believe.
Springy and striding, you're right. It's right there, right in front of my face in the combat tracker. Okay. Do a quick peek left and right. Do I see anything as I'm running down?
Nope.
Okay, then I'll keep double move.
All right, I'll just reveal the next room as you move into it.
Okay. And 20, that gives me 10 more feet. What do I see here?
You see what looks like a little bit of running water that is in this kind of middle section. Seems to kind of come from this central pillar. That's this area here that has like a little bit of running water that goes quickly into a hole over here. And then there's some like what looks to be some weapon racks, a little like bucket next to the water. Looks like there's like a kind of a metal contraption over there, seeming to be like trying to get the water to flow properly.
Okay, so
we have some other uses.
And
then there's a zombie in the corner.
What is the height of this contraption? I mean, is it blocking sight? line of sight?
Since it's bars, you kind of see through it. But it is about just over around 6 feet
Okay.
tall.
There's one down here.
Brings us to Merritt.
Okay. Well, the skeleton bandit undead bandit captain. Sorry. I don't even have a plan for this. I'm like, man, I could just turn into that guy. I'm that guy now. That's 30 feet. And you know what? We're still gonna freestyle these skeleton sounds so I can run. So the undead bandit captain runs into the room and like takes stock of the room. I can roll performance if you want me to.
You know what? Yeah, roll performance.
Cool, I'm acting as somebody else, so I get advantage on that.
Yeah.
Let's see how convincing these bone rattlings are. Yeah.
Fairly convincing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Merritt would
I
be
still
a
wanted you to
decent
roll like double
beatboxer today.
or something.
It would be very funny, yeah.
But yeah. Now you're doing like the ventriloquist, kind of like throwing your voice a little bit, so it just sounds like it's coming from lower. I'll say the nice thing about creatures being turned and having nowhere to go is that it makes it easy on me if I just take the dodge action. And that brings us to Gerald.
Oh, I said I had moved it, but then I didn't. So I'm going to move it twice. The last 2 turns. There you go. So it'll get to here. And then
Essentially ducks as it flies over his head.
you come running in as well.
Brings us to Barnacle.
Mantha, what was your secret for switching characters?
If you double click their portrait on the top.
Does not do that anymore. Boo. Okay.
Oh, that's weird. That's stupid.
I'll figure out another way. Okay, so Barnacle is here, and he's going to move the weapon. Okay. And I have some cantrips. So I'm going to say, okay, it's going to turn toward us now. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I'm going to actually move here so it can't get to me in one turn. And I'm going to hold my holy symbol. And no one else will hear anything, but he will hear the sound of a buoy in the middle of the ocean. Ding, ding. And it failed. Yay. Is it hurt?
Zombies.
It looks like it's... Oh,
He is not hurt.
Okay, so...
Yeah, no. He just got turned and had to run away. So.
There we go. Boo. Okay.
Ooh, sad damage. Skeleton Salver is still turned. However, I can take off turned on this guy. But that brings us to Merit.
Merritt is going to raise. Let me look. I don't know what kind of weapon the captain had, but I'm apparently rolling well enough on performance. I don't need to care too much. He's gonna raise his spear and kind of charge at Barnacle, and then I'm gonna hold my action to attack the snake folk zombie.
Okay.
Assuming it comes within range.
Sounds good. Yes, that one's still turned. The snake folk zombie comes towards you, Barnacle. And ends up dashing as zombies are a bit slower as it comes up to you.
And then it is maybe a little bit surprised when its bandit captain goes ahead and stabs it.
Yep, I will give you advantage on that attack.
Nice.
Awesome. Thanks.
You roll really well on performance, and zombies are stupid.
Wow.
Crit, nice.
Nice.
And you were readying just regular attack or your thunder cantrip?
I should have done the thunder cantrip, but I didn't think about it. So just the regular attack.
Fair enough.
That's good damage. Okay.
Mhm.
He can. Oh no, he used his action already.
Yeah. Nope, that is his turn as he comes up to be speared, and then it doesn't seem all too bothered, but does look like it's moving kind of slower now as you've, skewered it. But that brings us to Gerald with
All right, so
Barnacle
he
on
will
deck.
carefully step around all the stuff on the floor and to different detritus and try to smack this thing with his mace. Oops, I didn't target him. It's a 3 anyway, so
Yeah,
trips
well, they don't
almost
have that good of an
falls back.
AC. 5 still doesn't hit.
Well, would we have flanking?
Actually, yes, you do have flanking at this point, which would be a +4,
Which would be a 9.
which would turn that
Aha.
into a 9, which does hit.
Yep.
Yay!
They have an AC of 8. If you do want to roll damage on that.
I do. I'm trying to make sure. I was just trying to target him and keep forgetting it. I think it might be because I had the wrong view for my portraits. Let me switch. Ah, there it is. Okay. It's because I had the fancy view. Well, let me. Okay.
Dang, that sucks.
Okay. So with the normal view, I
Yeah.
can switch back and forth. Okay. So it's Barnacle. All right,
Yeah.
so he'll try
Banshee
to.
taking advantage of Merit and Barnacle, hits him kind of in the back of the neck to where there's a loud snap, and now the head is kind of hanging limply, but still kind of looking at you. So it's very messed up, but still standing.
All right, so I try to stab at him with my rapier. It's a hit.
Nice.
Yes. All right, so I'm going to move.
He needs to make a con save.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Give me a quick second. Zombies, undead, fortitude.
Yep.
Needs to make a DC 14 con save. Does not do it with a 10.
Nice. All right, so 5,
Rip.
10.
You kind of skewer the limp head to the body, causing it to jerk just enough that the nape of the snake folk fully unattaches from its body and falls.
Nice. So I'm going to move past Merit and push my spiritual weapon ahead of me. I
Sounds
realize
good as
I don't
this
have
guy's on his last round of being turned. It's been a full minute.
Wow.
Bring us to Merit.
Undead Bandit Captain, thank you very much.
Yes, bring it to the Undead Bandit Captain.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Undead Bandit Captain is gonna run up, ready to go hunt some more zombies.
Click, clack, click, clack, click, clack.
Click, clack, click, clack. Yeah, he's getting his practice in. And honestly, I think he's still gonna keep ad-libbing the skeleton noises so I can dash. Movement is weird here. I think I'm kind of
Yeah.
going through a wall there, but I'll just say that
You're
that's
good.
safety.
You're good. That, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
that
his turn.
works. Yep, and you see the skeleton as it's, standing there with its back to the wall, partially damaged. That brings us, because this guy's still on his last round of turn, to Gerald.
All right, so he
Still got
also
some
is going to double move, total of 60 feet. He'll need to squeeze through this square, so it'll put him there.
That works. Brings us to Barnacle at the top of the round. You're aware your
Okay, now,
turning effect has timed up.
yep, and my spiritual weapon will go away at the end of this round, so I'm just going to delete it here. To move up to here. And let's target this guy. It doesn't have any kind of. I mean, am I able to see him?
Yep, you're able to see him. There's like a little
So again,
thing of water just
whispering my
in the middle
holy
there.
symbol.
He is damaged.
He fails. Yay! So he sort of rocks back and forth as he's inundated by this sound that only he can hear. Again, this is buoy out in the ocean. So almost hear the wind as this ding ding, and he collapses.
Yep.
And I moved. That's it.
Bringing us to Merritt. You see the skeleton collapse.
Yoga ran up
Nice.
to the north.
Okay, well, with that knowledge, Merritt's gonna head up this way. What is this in the center, by the way?
This is a little pool of water.
Okay, and the area around it that's not blue is just like a lower step, right?
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
like a step down. It's not really not really that much of a difference. It's just like a single step. Right. As you move modes, move there. You see the lumbering fool, or as he's kind of turning around, holding his severed arm as a club.
Yeah, I don't necessarily want to get fucked up by an ogre, so this time he is gonna use minor illusion to make skeleton noises.
All right. Also, give me another performance check with advantage.
Oh no.
Fair enough. And that is all. Pass your turn, as it's now the ogre's turn, and he can go. That's a nat 1 on his check. And he's going to spend his because he has like squeeze through there, so that's about. He ends up dashing. He's going to kind of just dash past you. He gets to about there because of all the squeezing you gotta do. You can see as he like kind of rubbing apart. You could like notice like, oh, there's some like you didn't really pay attention. Like there's some weird red streaks on the sides of the wall, and then it's like, oh, that's just him as he goes through, and just the sides are just being torn up on the sides of the cave wall as it narrows as he's just kind of lumbering through.
Oh, so he moved past me, huh?
Yep, he walks past you. Yeah, you get an attack of opportunity. As he just like sees you and then just turns like towards Barnacle and walks past you, having like destroyed this little table that's here.
Pretty sure I can't do Booming Blade as an attack. So here's my Spirit Hand.
Yeah, no, not unless you have Warcaster.
Oh, don't know. There we go.
Yeah, he also has an AC of 8.
Cool.
And he's now been injured.
Yeah, fuck him up, Barnacle!
Bringing us to Senshi.
Alright, so he's actually going to do little flames that are sacred. But it succeeded.
No.
Alright, so it's this blast of light comes down. Essentially, he's searching for his holy symbol and sort of not really paying attention. It just sort of bathes him in light instead of actually hurting him. Alright, so I am going to feel my spiritual weapon fade, and almost all my spells are gone, so I'm just going to keep going with what I'm doing. That's right, I forgot my thunder damage ignores ones. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and...
Is it your thunder or your lightning damage that ignores ones?
Thunder.
Alright.
They ignore spell resistance as well, or any resistance. Alright, so I'm going to blast him again. He whisper in my, and he hears a onerous bell.
Just fails.
Fails again. He's green as he has, but he's wounded. Okay.
He has been hit. He literally was just hit.
You're welcome.
No one's 17 damage. Nice. We just seeing rocks and you see pieces of goo coming out of his ears and down his nose.
Bringing us to Merit. You can kind of see the ogre as he's kind of like shaking his head, but it seems to be like reconsidering who's might be going after.
Yeah.
What you doing?
Yeah. I think I'm still gonna go ahead and hope that it does not roll as well on its save. And Merit's gonna go ahead and move back first off and hope it doesn't hit him. So we're gonna see where that takes us.
Nope, you're outside his threat range.
Oh, cool. I didn't know if he had reach or not.
Does not. I did have to double check that.
Okay, cool. Now, once Merritt thinks he's out of its reach, he's gonna go ahead and try casting Phantasmal Force on the ogre. Maybe this is not the best spell to use, but I'm gonna try. Let me check. Okay, yeah. So I just rolled a save for him first. Okay.
Fail.
So the as it's running up, this ogre zombie um like catches a glimpse of like a beehive falling. And so now there's bees. And that's
Jeez.
bees. I think I put that on him. And then
Actually, I'm going to stop you right there as I was
oh,
double checking something. The spell has no effect on undead or constructs.
ah, fuck.
You would be aware of this, so you can redo that.
I don't do bees.
Yeah, no, it is very much the last sentence of the thing,
Oops. Okay.
or of
No
the
bees.
one of the earlier or of the first one. I was actually checking to see is like because some of those illusion spells you also have to like be of a certain intelligence level to be affected. I was checking that, but yeah, no, it just doesn't affect undead or constructs.
Okay, well, instead of that, I will go ahead and ooh, it's a bonus action too. I'll go ahead and place my Merit Smart. Which is a bonus action, thankfully.
Mhm.
Um and yeah, it lasts for 8 hours. And I'm gonna go ahead and place my mark on him, and I don't think it'll do anything for saves, but so this guy has disadvantage on constitution checks. Um, and then he's gonna move back a little bit more and drop his spear and pull out his light crossbow. And then shoot
Okay.
the ogre zombie.
Pew.
Pew pew.
Nice. Another crit.
Nice. Okay. I think this is coded correctly. We're gonna find out. It is. Okay. And Merritt has now used 10 feet of his movement, and he's gonna use the other 20 to get a little bit more distance.
Mhm.
Put the water hole in between him and the zombie, you know? And
Yeah.
that's his turn.
All right. Merritt, since you were the last one to attack, odds or evens?
Odds.
The ogre zombie turns towards you, and then starts making his way towards you.
Does it see the water hole in between us? Thank you for rolling the check.
No. He just comes straight towards you, steps into the water hole, and as you do, you realize, oh, that water hole's a lot deeper than you thought it was, as he almost fully submerges into it. Um, let me roll here. But so like he kind of fully submerges, but then he just kind of puts his like one arm down, pulls himself out towards you, um, having to stand up. So he is able to get out. Uh, However, I did do just enough to where he has to use his action to help him stand up.
Yeah.
um, and now he's standing up, hovering over you. having been the end of his turn, kind of he like also like picks up his arm again that he kind of like dropped in the hole submerging.
Nice.
But that does bring us to Senji.
All right, so we're gonna reshuffle, shuffle a little bit and move around as he tries again, sending down this flame. This time it does
Yay.
work. It connects, and some
Nice.
little singeing happens on some of the stitches holding this thing together.
Chronicle with Merit on deck.
Gonna step forward a little bit, just to get a better view. I not have him targeted. There we go. Yeah, I'm so just gonna continue trying to ring his bell. Nice. He fails.
Yep. 2 in the die.
Nice. 18 damage.
Nice.
This thing again just sort of stands still for a moment, and more goo comes out of his head orifices.
Yeah. Bring us to Merit. Will he get a chance to actually do something? Or will the ogre actually get a chance to do something? We shall see.
Who knows,
He may have splash.
Yeah. Barrett now knows exactly what this thing's range is, and would rather not be in it. I think he's just gonna take the chance. And yeah, he's going to go ahead and like skirt around this thing. And at this point, he's trying to put the water hole in between him and the zombie. So at this point, it gets an op attack.
Just gonna send you there, and then I will make that up attack.
He's probably gonna hit me, yeah.
That is a definite hit.
Yeah. Ow. Oh, shit.
Darn.
Wait, inspiration on that!
Alright. Reroll is DC 10 con save.
Yeah.
There you go. If you want to drop that concentration and the effect on the zombie again. Oh, actually, it looks like the effect still on the zombie. Just drop the concentration effect down.
Got it.
Whoop.
Okay.
We still have 10 feet.
I don't think the hole is gonna work another time, so
Probably not.
probably not. So Merritt's gonna move up here, aim his light crossbow. Actually, would this spell work if I used a
Booming blade?
range attack spell?
Booming blade? No. If it's booming blade is what you're talking about.
No. I'm thinking of casting Firebolt. Would
Firebolt is its own thing. It does not stack onto I mean, you could flavor it that you're shooting it from your thing, but it would very much you'd be casting Firebolt instead of shooting the crossbow.
Oh no. I'm asking
Does it work with
Hex.
Yes, it does.
Okay, cool. Then I'm going to go ahead and I think Firebolt's gonna do a little bit more damage than a light crossbow. So
Yeah. Essentially, Hex
he
is just if you hit your target and do damage to them, you get the extra damage.
okay. So he puts his light crossbow back where it goes. Because I'm not pulling anything else out. And he will go ahead and cast Firebolt at this thing. Holy shit!
Damn. Crit Central tonight.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. He also took radiant damage in this last round, so he doesn't even get a chance to do the Undead Fortitude.
Nice.
So that's how you want to do this.
Um. So Merritt skirts around this thing. Takes like a blow in the back, and he like stumbles forward, and he gets his back up to a wall, and then he casts Firebolt, and it hits uh like the good leg that this ogre has, and it like kind of falls out from under him, and it just like falls like face first into the water hole.
All right. Yeah. And down he goes. And that is the end of the fight.
Yay!
Now we
I
can't
will
drink from
be-
it. Thanks a lot.
I will be right back as I have to use the facilities.
Yeah, go ahead.
And we'll pick up right here in a second.
Welcome, Raiders. Appreciate you stopping by. Marbania, thank you for raiding. I appreciate you very much. So you can see here, this is the whole bandit camp. Bunch of undead that we came through and cleared everything out. All these little purple spots are things we done killed. The leader was up here. Just finished off the last of the ogre zombie down here. And there was fresh water running through here and collecting here. And now there's no dead ogre zombie in it. Ooh,
Yeah,
and
sorry.
Ship of Fools is here as well. Welcome, Jingo. My lead subscriber is in the house. Welcome, welcome. Don't forget, you guys, use your Prime subscription. You get one free every month. Whether you're using it for me or somebody else, make sure you use it so you don't waste it. All right, Atomic. Have a good night.
Have a good one, Atomic.
We're going to be doing some looting next. Maybe even leveling up. I don't know how close we are. We are 5 now. And it doesn't have it here. It's a milestone, so we don't know.
Who knows?
In theory, Nick would know.
In theory, yeah. Man, I really like how I get to
Shadow
play this
knows.
character.
Yes, and right
I
now,
like that Nick lets me try like silly things, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put the water hole in between me and this big old dumb zombie and hope that it falls in instead of hitting me.
Yeah.
And then it
I'm
worked.
back.
Welcome back.
Alrighty. Barnacle. Senshi levels up to 5, so he's with you guys now.
Nice. Okay.
Yay!
So Senshi is an acolyte for those of you watching. He was that we have traveling with us. We're escorting these acolytes because some group of adventurers killed their high priest because they were evil. So now they need a new high priest. So we're escorting them to another city to pick up another high priest. And he's pretty much the only one who is capable. And so we also need another player. So he is now a sidekick, a spellcaster sidekick.
Yep. He gets some more spell slots. And he also learns another spells known. And he has second level spells now, actually.
See if I have my Tasha's open.
Yep. He can choose from the cleric and druid.
I don't have
spell list.
Tasha's open. That's why. Okay.
I think I just
I do have it
manually did
open.
all this.
Okay.
So
So-
it might not work if you try to do.
Didn't
I
work.
think I manually did all this stuff because I don't have stashes.
Gotcha. Okay. So I just need to go here.
But I will leave that to you unless you need me to do anything with that. Meanwhile, I'm assuming you guys are gonna loot the place. So I'm just gonna.
Oh yeah.
All right. So I'll get him up to 5, and then we'll need to. Nice. So far everything going well with any errors?
I have not had any errors pop up yet,
Perfect. Okay.
which is good for the stuff I have.
And Merritt is now Merritt and not the undead bandit captain.
Interesting. Okay.
But he does walk away from this knowing that he's surprisingly good at making bone rattling sounds.
All right. So his con is +0. So he has 8. 4 times 6 is 24. It's 32 is what he should be at. And his hit dice should now be 5. Oh, have I used up a hit dice? Is there a way to tell? Let me see. After our next long rest, we'll check.
Speaking of using hit dice, Merritt requests that we take a short rest here. He saw briefly, he's got like a small glimpse of like some cots, and he is making his way over there. Cause ow.
Preparation. Okay.
Yep. You are able to do so. I can push that here in a minute, but if you guys would like to start rolling hit dice, feel free. The other acolytes do meet up with you in a bit. Ina makes a reference saying skeleton ran at them and she dealt with it. You remember, oh yeah, one of the skeletons when they got turned ran off because that's the direction it could run.
All right, so I'm not seeing some of the things I'm used to seeing. Are you able to adjust his spell slots? I presume. And does he so he's level 5 spellcaster. You said he gets what? I can pull up.
He gets one new spell. That's a leveled spell. And he now has access to second level spell slots. Here we go. I have it right here. Yeah, now has 4 first level spell slots and 2 second level.
As a spellcaster?
So
wow. Okay.
4.
Cool. Okay. So I guess
5th level.
Yeah, for whatever reason.
And then he has 4 known spells, 3 cantrips, which is just so he has.
Okay.
So he learns a spell.
Gotcha.
Actually, no, No, I didn't read that right. Sorry, I'm like glancing down, and I'm occasionally like, gotta make sure I line up all my lines. Yeah, 3 cantrips, 4 known spells, 4 first level spell slots, 2 second level spell slots. So there you go. I got the spell slots for him, and then.
Right, thank you.
Yeah. As a healer, he can choose from the cleric and druid spell list.
Gotcha.
Okay, I'm gonna push that short rest real quick. Also,
All right, so he's gonna do his thing.
initiatives.
He has. Part of a short rest. Prepare enough of the food. Anybody who uses hit dice regains an extra 1d8.
Are you able to just roll the 1d8, or should I just roll one?
No, he can do it too.
Pretty sure.
Let's see. He's also going to do it. Munch. Alright, so we were at an inn last night, so he still has some of the stuff to where he can make some blueberry mix between a cookie and a biscuit. Thick cookie, thin biscuit.
Mhm.
Right,
From your investigations, you're able to find a hidden little chest with some gold, electrum, and silver in it, along with a couple of trinkets. What looks to be a intricate little military patch that seems to have the rank of captain on it. You don't recognize what it's the kind of legionnaire it's from. This nice little ink pen that's made from electrum, and a nice little ivory ring, which Merritt is able to figure out has a subtle magical effect that makes who wears the ivory ring invisible to sheep.
Nice.
Yeah. In addition, you also find a little rough map. Seems to give like rough directions from or to the dead bark tree.
Oh yeah.
Did any of these guys? Oh, he does have a heavy crossbow. Okay.
Yeah.
The heck.
There's also a rapier. It's a little tarnished, but it looks like it at one point was a nice rapier that the undead bandit captain would have been using. I'll also throw that in. This little rapier. It also looks like the gnashing key that you picked up actually from last time is still in the party sheet if someone wants to take that.
Yeah, I can take that.
Yeah. So all these items are in there. I will end up distributing the gold here in a second. Yeah. I have also marked on the Crystal Heart region map roughly where the map to the dead bark tree kind of starts and ends.
I think I'd trust Barnacle the most with the map. Can I have the ring that makes you invisible to sheep? That sounds like a fun power that's never gonna come into play. Oh, he's typing. Give him a minute.
Oh, you're asking me? I thought you were asking him.
I'm asking you. You're sharing the loot.
Nice. So is are you telling the truth that that's what it does? Because I
That's what he thinks it does, yeah.
okay. Um. So he's. I don't have any need for it, and I don't think uh, Senshi would need it. So absolutely. Hopefully,
It
it doesn't
just
need to be
sounds like
attuned.
I hope not. It just sounds like a very funny power to have.
Now I'm just like imagining at some point, like at the end of the campaign, you're gonna like polymorph the big bad
Mhm.
into a sheep,
Into a
and then they
sheep.
can't seat you.
That's right.
You know what? That is a great idea. I'm gonna
That's
like
right.
write that down somewhere.
He puts it
Oh
on,
god.
goes into a herd of sheep, and then takes it off, and causes a stampede because
Mhm.
half of them faint.
Mhm. I'd polymorph myself into a wolf, sneak into the middle of the herd, and then take it off, you know? Actually, I don't think that's how that works, but you know.
It's the thought that counts. Yeah, I think when you, well, actually, no, I don't know with polymorph. I know when you beast shape with, as a druid, you technically can choose which of your equipments morph into your body and which one stays on the body as an
Mm.
animal. So I have to double check with polymorph though. Yep.
So while we're doing our short rest, I'm going to talk to Senshi, and see what his what his plans are. See if he's uh, compliment him on how well he's been doing, and see if does he by chance want to stay with us instead of going to the temple. And um, after I will talk to Merritt first. I forgot to talk to Merritt first, and then
Mhm.
so I'll ask him, "Hey, Merritt, do you think that what do you think we invite Senshi and see if he can join with us? I really grown accustomed to his food."
I admit it's nice to have something a little bit better than rations while we're traveling. He makes for good company.
Mhm.
Never tells me to shut up.
All right, so as we're having our rest here, I'm going to just throw out the idea and tell him he doesn't have to answer now. We can think about it, but what we would do is we would provide for all of. We can either pay for everything for him, uh, and or including the food and everything he needs, or and give him a paycheck, which will be steady regardless of what happens, or we can give him a portion of the treasure. So I'll let him think about it, and he can tell us when we get to the temple.
Alrighty. Sounds good.
And I'm going to move body away for the ogre zombie out of the water. Um, and he, since she has a ritual of purified food and drink, so he's going to do the ritual of that. It's a 5 foot radius, but he'll do it a couple times um, in that
All right.
area. So hopefully it'll. He wasn't in there for very long, so hopefully he didn't get too contaminated, and it's moving. It's not stagnant. So that is a hope that this water will be for any creatures or anything, anybody else that comes in to live in here.
Alrighty.
If Senshi's doing a ritual, I would like to also do one. I can cast Detect Magic as a ritual, and I'd like to do that. And, take a look at the, last few items in the party sheet to make sure that they are or are not magical.
Nope, they do not appear to be magical.
What does the
They just
monogram
look to
say?
be.
Is it a symbol or a name or a letter?
It looks to be a name.
Make DMs hate you with this one weird trick.
Yeah, it is a name, and I will have to get back to you on what that name is.
And I actually don't. Let me see. Abilities. Yeah, I don't have anything that I care about with when it comes to writing, so yeah, it's a cool plan. I'll let Merritt take it. Patch.
I mean, if
There's
you
nothing else.
insist, I'll take it.
The monogram says Delilah. If I remember how to spell that correctly. Ah, yeah, so there's an H on the end. Cool.
It's
But,
D&D.
yeah,
You
it's a
can do
nice.
it any way you want.
Yeah, I could.
What the hell is that? Oh,
Yeah, and the captain's patch just seems to have like a, it kind of denotes status of captain, has a little icon of looks like a dragon's head. And a little like faded, but looks intricate. Might like it, collector's item.
You want that, Barnacle? I
No,
feel like
I
you
don't
could
have the
talk
need
somebody
for
into
it.
buying it.
We can sell it. Yeah, absolutely. Simple ranged. So that, but the heavy is not. Okay. Do any of them have a light crossbow?
No, but there was a short bow.
Short bow. That is a simple ranged weapon. All right. All right. Well, I don't have any. So we'll go ahead and give the simple. I mean the short bow to Senshi. He'll drop his crossbow. That way he'll at least be proficient with because he's not proficient with the heavy crossbow.
Fair enough.
And how many arrows were we able to recover? I will take his bolts for myself.
I would say between the few skeleton, and because there's a couple of skeletons, roll a d20 and then add 20. So he has 20 arrows plus however many you roll.
Okay. Actually, it's him. So 22. Cool.
Cool. Yeah, so he has 22 arrows. And we get to. The rapier is just what looks to be like once was a nice rapier that's been a bit worn, but there's nothing magical about it.
All right, so he has a short bow, and we need arrow. All right, so he now has. So he'll practice with a little bit with that. We'll stick the ogre zombie somewhere, and he can try it from different lengths, different ranges, trying to get used to it. End up putting the quiver down by his hip, so we can just draw from his hip. And oh, he has a dex of 11. That's why. Okay. And so he has 22. Oh, cool.
Yeah. You guys are able to, once you are ready, continue with the rest of your day's travel uneventfully and take a long rest. As a little bit of another heads up,
Yay.
you guys have another. You should arrive in 5 days, so bit of a longer journey, full of events. As I now pull up my stuff for travel again. If there's anything you guys want to do on the day of your encounter with the bandits, feel free. If not, I'm going to push a long rest.
Up at night, I'll just prepare my net and double check my crossbow and touch up my rapier, which I ended up using a lot. So make sure that's nice and cleaned.
Yep.
Senshi will do his normal food.
And Merrick goes ahead and passes around the cleansing stone so that everybody's clean.
What is the deity that the acolytes worship?
Merlane, an agricultural god.
Okay. I don't see deities in here. How do you spell that?
MER.
I think that's it.
Yes, without the E.
Oh, no E.
Alrighty, cool. I need to be AFK just for a moment. I'll be right back.
Okay.
But that's all I'm doing for the night. My normal prayers and stuff.
All right, sounds good. Well, I'm pulling up my stuff, I guess, then for the following day's travel. Merritt, if you'd like to roll a percentile.
Got that in chat or in the tower?
In chat. This is for the
no.
day's travel.
Well, it's not 100.
It is not. Give me a quick second, as I was actually having you roll that while I was pulling up stuff. Okay. Okay. Actually, you know what? Hmm.
Indeed. Do we find another rock?
Uh,
Uh,
no. However, it's one of those admittedly in this situation, it's one of those like I do have the encounter written down, but also we just got done dealing with a longer fight encounter. Um,
oh, great DM, please take pity on us.
so here's what I'm
Oh,
gonna have it do.
hail
I'm gonna
DM
have
Nick.
um uh give me a D20. Um okay. Okay. All right. So as you are traveling, um um you see about midday as or yeah, about midday. Coming down the road, going the opposite direction of you are, is another cart. Someone at a on a cart. Um, coming along, coming down, seeming to be like whistling a tune to himself. Um, and kind of like waves you guys as you guys are starting to approach. You can see it's very clearly it is a vendor cart that has and as he's like sees you guys, he like starts to slow down, um, and kind of stops about 100 feet away as he like kind of stops and seems to start to set up as you guys are approaching.
Uh,
What
I
is he?
wave back. Actually, no, I'm on the
Yeah,
donkey, aren't I? We don't have a cart anymore.
yeah,
I
he
wave
doesn't seem
back from on the donkey.
yeah. As you get closer, you can see there's a sign on the side that says "Grant's Great." Uh, um, Grant's Great Treasures. Um, and for the more perceptive, you can see there's like a faded or like it looks like there's where the T of treasures is. It looks like there was another there's like a faded G where the T is like on painted over the top of. um, as he kind of the side window kind of like opens up a little like countertop kind of like flops down as this middle-aged balding man kind of says, "Hello, hello, one and all, come on in. Um, uh, fellow travelers, what can I interest you in with the Grant's great treasures? Um, Rezzers, or yeah, kind of speaks with a little weird lisp.
He
But I'll
really
probably
missed it. He could have called it Grant's Great Goods. It's fine.
yeah,
I don't
he
say
could
it.
have.
I don't want him to be mean to me.
Um,
Well, of
And
course,
this
let's take a look at his wares.
he's human.
Yes, he is. He looks to be a middle-aged human. That is very much balding, but he has like the, um, yep. He has a very terrible comb over that does nothing to hide the fact that he's balding. Um, he looks um slightly sweaty, but that might be just because he was traveling. Um, he's slightly pudgy, with some fat fingers.
Does he have any? Greetings, sir. Would you happen to have anything to aid in the making of food? Whether it's pots and pans or spices or rare and exotic meats, dried fruits, anything like that?
Ah, well, if it's exotic as one, I might have just the thing for you. You see, I have some. I have one package left of some dried oblib fruit. Rarest thing you could find in these parts, food wise.
Do we know what that is?
Give me a history check. Barrett, you can make this check with. Well, actually, no, both. Actually, yeah, just both of you make a check. You should both be aware of.
Does
It,
Senshi have advantage?
yes, Senshi would have advantage if you want to drop that in the tower real quick.
Yeah, Barnacle wouldn't know. I'm not gonna have him roll. He doesn't cook. He doesn't care.
All right. Merritt and Gerald are both aware that an oblib fruit is a special type of fruit that's only grown in the Smallfolk Kingdom and is considered to be the uh, best tasting fruit in the world. But it's very rare to find outside of the Smallfolk Kingdom.
While he is talking about it, Barnacle would like to do an insight check to see if he's telling the truth.
Yeah, give me an insight check.
Did we lose you, Nick?
Nope, I'm just
Okay.
typing out what you kind of notice. All right, that's what you can tell.
I'm pretty sure you made a joke there, Sven, but I don't get it.
I'm saying the oblib fruit is Bilbo backwards, so the Odor fruit is Frodo backwards.
Oh.
I'm glad you actually noticed that. No one has noticed that before.
I didn't get that.
From the Smallfolk Kingdom, of course.
Yeah, the oblib fruit. Oh, excuse me. Yes. Yeah, he kind of produces what looks to be like a nice little sealed sack that has a little nice blue kind of silk sack with an O on it.
So Gerald will take a look at it and see if it is what it says it is, and Barnacle will say, well, it just so happens that I have here and he'll show this map. A map to a beautiful cave that's all cleared out. It has several rooms available. It's great for bandits or a family who wants to go live out on their own, perhaps do some farming in the area. And it's known by the where'd it go? As the dead bark tree, and I'm sure you can mind with a gentleman with a brilliant mind such as yourself would be able to sell this very quickly.
So to be clear, you're selling him the map to the dead bark tree, not the map to the hideout?
Aren't
Or
they
you're
the
selling
same
or
thing?
trying to give him both?
I
No,
thought
so
they're
there's-
different things.
So there's the hideout, and then there's the dead bark tree, which is a different location.
Oh, okay. Then never mind. I thought that was what we
Yeah.
just cleared out. So never mind.
Now you cleared out the bandit's little hideout, which you do have like a little direction.
I
thing,
do
too.
think we also have a map to the hideout if you want
Yeah,
to sell that.
that is where like you were able to find it. It's because of a map on one of the bandit bodies.
This how much are you asking for this bilbo fruit? I think we still have a little bit of ours left, but we can always use some more. The price is right.
You know, with how rare this is, I couldn't part for it with for anything less than 5 platinum.
I have this. Did we ever get the block of raw gold, the ingot? Ever? Do we ever get them appraised? Do we have any idea how much they're worth?
I do not believe so. Or at least you didn't get them professionally appraised. You, I'm just trying to. There you are.
And I presume that in all the times he's done his detect magic, they aren't magical, correct?
Nope, they are not magical.
Okay.
Give me a quick second. You are. I'll say, give me a quick intelligence check. Trying to think what's. Yeah, I can only just. I think it's just by being a. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Over your time of having just had these, you are pretty sure just with the worth, especially if they were to be refined, but they are like there's enough raw, material to it to where they are. Each each ingot, if refined, is worth 250 gold.
Wow.
If properly refined. Yes. Fortunately, with my quick little look up on this, that is the best I can give for an answer on that at the moment. But hopefully that helps you with what you're doing.
You happen to have any thing of the magical in nature?
Why, yes. Well, you did actually ask about spices as well. You see, I have this nifty, handy, dandy, magical spice pouch that will never run out of the spice in it. only produces a handful of spices, though, ranging from, well, um, give a tiefling a run for their money for spiciness to, well, call it just a little bit of flavor. I do have, in the more generic sense, a few magical potions on me. Some healing potions and um, uh, what else? Other kind of potions we have on him. As I'm remembering.
Merritt, do you transcribe scrolls?
He could, yeah. He has a forgery kit.
No, I'm saying, do you have a spell book that you want scrolls for?
Yeah, I think I might only be able to put ritual spells in it? Question mark? But yeah.
I also have a potion of climbing. I have potion of animal friendship, and a potion of good breath.
What does the potion of good breath do? Pray tell. I'm not familiar with this.
Well, it will cure any sort of bad breath that you'd have, and well, will make sure that you continue to have good breath despite whatever food or sustenance that might enter your mouth for the next 24 hours. Good if you are, a heavy drinker. Helps get rid of the breath smell of hide from your wife. um,
Right, and so I'll keep looking and let Merritt step up.
I'm not good with role playing, guys. He Merritt is able to add ritual spells to his spell book. So he's gonna ask if this guy has any spell scrolls that are rituals.
oh, I do know I have some. Give me a second to double check. I'm trying to remember if I sold it to the colorful fellow in Scalecliff or not. Sold a bunch of stuff to him, and he kind of goes, steps back for a second. He had pulled out some of the stuff as he was mentioning it, but like as he like kind of backs up, he kind of just like takes his stuff, sets it behind the counter, turns around for a second. Do you have any ritual spells in mind?
I don't even know. I'm gonna be honest. I can look it up. I think they might also have to be warlock ritual spells. So
To my knowledge, they just have to be ritual spells for your specific thing, or count maybe wizard spells. I know expands what you are capable of doing. Let me double check that for you.
The four I like are
wizard.
alarm, comprehend languages, identify, and detect magic. Those are the 4 rituals I think of off the top of my head.
Nope, it just has to be a ritual spell. It literally can be from
Oh,
any
cool.
spell. Yep. Just give me a quick second as I pull up some stuff.
I don't know if Lehman's Tiny Hut is a ritual or not. That'd be cool to eventually get.
I don't think it is. Oh wait, maybe it
I
is.
think it is, actually. Yep, Tiny Hut is a ritual. 3rd level.
I can cast 3rd level spells.
Yep. I will say they're uh, 3rd level would be the highest level that he'd probably have. I'd say there's a 40% chance he has Lehman's Tiny Hut, and maybe a 50% chance he has anything of lower levels.
Okay. Surely all my bad luck came out in that 99, right?
Yep.
Here's the one for the hut, and then I'll do one for the 50% chance.
Nice.
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 Yeah, all of it came out in that 99.
So he does have a spell scroll of the Tiny Hut, and then he does have at least one spell scroll of a 2nd or 1st level spell. Was there one you had in mind?
Honestly, I'm thinking identify.
All
Because
right.
I don't think any of us actually have it. I think we've just been doing other things to get around not having it.
Alrighty. Yeah, you got a spell scroll of identify.
Okay. I don't know how much scrolls usually cost, so I don't know how
I will get
much
that
unbreaking.
to you guys.
Yeah.
What prices he put this at.
I have access to detect magic. I normally don't prepare it, but I don't have access to identify.
Yeah, I can also cast detect magic, but only as a ritual.
Right.
But
And I let you do it.
identify is a little bit more specific.
Yep. So my point is, be good for you to get it.
Yeah.
I have very little in way of things to sell, but so I'm interested in the spice pouch, the fruit, and potion of healing.
Alrighty.
Ooh, we have I don't know how valuable these are, but we can sell the rock feathers. Those are probably rare enough.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go with what you were saying, Nick. I just had to say it before my brain forgot.
Oop, that's not what I meant to do. Here, I'm gonna write down the prices that he'd sell all these at. think that's all it. Yeah. So selling the magic spice pouch for 150 gold, potion of healing for 75, the tiny hut scroll for 350, the identify scroll for 100, the bag of dried obolive fruit for 5 platinum, which is just 50 gold, and the potion of good breath for 75.
All right, so all total that's 700. Um,
If you stuff you would like to trade with, I know you were saying stuff out that suggesting things, but I was in the middle of trying to write down prices. That might
all
come
good.
down a little bit.
how many ingots do you have? Gold
I don't
ingots?
think I have any. I don't think I'm the person that's carrying them.
Well, the donkey's carrying them, but I thought we had divvied them up.
Might have gone to
So it's under
Ina.
under raw gold ingot. You have nothing.
Let me look.
Ina does not
Nope,
have
I don't have
one.
anything.
Okay. All right. So, what do you have that you can? I mean, we just got this Electrum quill, but that's not going to be worth that much. But what else do you have?
We have giant bird feathers from the rock that I could spin a fun tale about. I've got some red gold coins that we found in the Zarzi's uh hideout that I could also make up a story about. Um we did just get it, but we could sell the gnashing key.
So, oh, so we're talking amongst ourselves off to the side a little bit. Make sure you keep a couple of those red gold coins just in case there's some sort of password or used as some sort of way to get in certain places. But
I mean, we don't have to sell it then.
this is how many do you have?
I've got 10.
Yeah, so we can try selling 5, see if we can give us extras for those, and then because if I give them the 2 ingots, I mean these things are heavy anyway, and we should be able to get like 600. They would be worth about 600 to the right people. His stuff is 700, so if you can talk up those
I
the feathers and the gold pieces, and then I can talk up these ingots. Maybe he'll do a straight across.
We can do our best.
All right, so I'll go back and say you go to. You said you had just left, and I'll say the name of the city. I just don't remember what he said.
Yeah.
You're on your way
Okay.
to some of the larger cities where they have blacksmiths and whitesmiths, correct?
I am headed towards the um, Port's Bellhaven, where they do have some stuff like that. Yeah.
Ah, well, I have a way for you to make quite a bit of gold here for you then, because especially the whitesmiths when they're working with golds and precious metals, it's a bit of a hassle and they can never get the right amount from pure coins or melting down candelabras and goblets. And I'll take out one of the ingots, but raw gold like this. You see, this is what they're looking for because it's all solid and pure right here, and they something like this. Sure, it could be made into coins, but you're headed to a blacksmith, and they'll pay pretty penny for these. and we've got 2 of these. Plus, you're not going to believe what my friend here has.
I have some insanely rare red gold coins. And I mean, you haven't even heard of these, have you? They are straight from the Underdark, where and Merritt's gonna like spin like a tale about like how we I don't I'm not good enough at talking about how like we came across some drow and you know, like fought them off and found the red gold coins in like a secret altar and like all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Making them super rare and like super precious and like all that stuff, even though they're like literally just gold coins that are tinted red. But you know,
Yeah,
we've
I'll
seen
say,
red gold.
Throw in name of Loth, the Spider Queen
Hmm.
goddess.
yeah. Barnacle, if you would like to give me a persuasion check, and Merritt, if you'd like to give me a deception check. Yeah, they're both kind of coming out from 2 different directions.
Want that in the tower?
Just in the chat.
In the chat. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Barnacle, you got a
No.
21.
No. Oh no, guys! I'm not pretending to be somebody else right now, so I
No, you
can't.
were not.
But you do get another roll for the feathers. Maybe you can do a better job with the feathers.
We also have, and Merritt's going to lead the donkey over. These are giant feathers, straight from a rock that was terrorizing a village. And I don't know what I'm doing my character voice, but here we are.
We'll show them the claw marks on the donkey.
Just going full mad salesman. I'm just imagining like one of those like screenshots that you get all the time about from the road to El Dorado, where they're just like manically, sitting there looking at the camera. uh, uh, I guess to save you a little bit, I'm assuming you're
Oh yeah,
lying
I'm
to try and pump up the.
100%. Yeah.
Okay, give me another deception check just in the chat.
Nice.
There
There
we
we go.
go. These feathers.
Yeah.
He wasn't
So-
too sure about the coins, but the feathers.
So rules is written. The things we're offering him are 600 plus whatever the feathers and the gold coins are worth. And the stuff he's offering us is 700. So we're trying to do a straight across trade for those. We want everything in that list you said you typed.
Yep.
The rock feathers do not have a price on them, and I'm assuming the red gold coins are just regular freaking gold coins.
Uh, yeah. He will take everything but the gold coins. And with that, it's like sounds like we got a good, even trade.
Okay, so I'll delete the 2 ingots.
Yeah.
Deleting the feathers.
Yep. I will start throwing the items in the party sheet here. Nice little spice pouch.
And since you will offer him a couple of treats, and a couple of the biscuits that he's left over, the blueberry cookie biscuit things he's made, and we're taking the time to help us.
I'm waiting for Nick to be done doing DM
Uh,
things before I continue.
yep, I'm just throwing all the items into the party sheet here. Um, da-da-da-da. Let me just real quick. Um,
I'm gonna go ahead and give Senshi the potion of healing. He doesn't have one.
as well as the
And we'll see if he'll trade a quiver of arrows for the rapier. Because the rapier's not very good. Let me see how much they're worth. The quiver of arrows is only 1 gold. A rapier, actually, a rapier's worth 25, so this thing's probably worth like 10 or 15. But is there anything else you wanted, Merritt? Any other like parchment or
I do
a
need
comb?
to try to buy some rare ink so that I can start transcribing these into my spell book. And I'm too poor to be able to put in the scroll of the tiny hut, so I'm gonna just buy basically as much ink as possible.
Does he have anything like that?
yes, he would
Okay.
have you know ink for you to buy so you can transcribe.
Okay. I think I can only afford
How
a
much?
100 gold pieces worth of rare inks. So that lets me do the identify and not the tiny hut.
How much more do you need?
Uh, I I think I need like a total of 200 gold pieces worth of uh ink, if I'm reading this correctly.
Okay.
For each level of the spell, it takes 2 hours and costs 50 gold pieces for the rare inks. So yeah.
All right. So keep your 100 gold, and
Hmm?
I will offer him the fractured diamond we have for the. It's not sharing too.
Oh, I see it.
Oh, it did. I had my chat scrolled up. Anyway,
I hate it when that happens.
so well,
I've done that before myself.
we'll see if he'll give us. We'll give him the diamond and the rapier for 300 worth of inks and um, the 20 arrows and like some rations.
Yeah, you can do that. Um,
Any other
yeah, he'll
fruits or potatoes or any basic cooking things. We'll take those and
yeah. Um, yeah, no, he'll trade that across. He'll he gives you like a sack of potatoes for ration stuff. Uh, he does say it's like, don't have, uh, being the honest salesman I am. You guess I do owe you a couple golds to make up between the remaining rations and for the rapier. And he kind of like reaches down to a little side compartment, pulls out a small little sack and is like, by the way, interesting story with the red coins. And he kind of like tosses it to you, Merritt. You catch it, open up,
Yes.
and
More
there
red
are
coin.
5 red coins.
I knew it. Anyway, here's the thing that I was waiting for you to stop doing, like DM stuff. Uh you mentioned earlier that you came across a colorful fellow who bought you out of a lot of things. We happen to be meeting somebody in Scalecliff who might be described the same way. Could you give us a description of the person you were trading with?
I mean, yeah, he was a real, well, fellow traveling salesman, um, as it were, a real, real peacock of a fellow. Um, he wore this truly ostentatious patchwork outfits of yellows and purples. Um, very much stands out in the crowd. um, Honestly, what is a crime against fashion is he had a similar patchwork fedora of the same colors, but it was very much patchwork. It truly atrocious of an outfit. Has a little um hut that he somehow travels with. Um, Seem like the fellow you're describing. Um,
And is he the one that gave you these red gold coins?
oh, those? Um, no, I got them from um, uh, Earth Genasi I passed a few days back.
Was he traveling towards Scale Cliff too?
I met him practically right outside of it, so I would assume so.
Gotcha. Well, I appreciate the information. We will definitely be able to meet up with our friends now.
Yeah. Tell him to get a better outfit. I know it matches his eyes, but it truly is ostentatious. It crime against fashion. Says a man who's like, pudgy, does not look the best himself, but um, well, if all business done, I have a long journey ahead of me, and hoping to get to Rummy's place sooner rather than later. Yeah.
Yes, be sure that you try some of the amazing variations of rum that he's got. Truly
I know,
will
right?
just knock you right out.
Alrighty. I guess any questions on the stuff that I gave out? I did throw those scrolls into the party sheet for you, Merritt. And I'll just trust that you keep track of the supplies. You have stuff for this.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Um, and actually, it looks like it's about time for break. If we want to take our quick little 10-minute break.
So I want to do a shout out to Ingorgio in the chat. Welcome. Appreciate you stopping by and saying hi. We're getting ready to take our 10-minute break, but Parker is asleep in his bed, chilling over there. What the dog is doing right now, and it's a little colder today than it has been lately. So his old bones are feeling it. So sleepy boy, sleepy guy. Yep. So thanks for stopping by. Stick around. Come back in 10 minutes. Feel free to go and get yourself some water. Get some snacks. And we'll see you back in 10.
All right. I'll be back in 10.
Yep. See you in a minute.
All right, and we are back.
Nice.
Let me fix my camera. All right, so go ahead and take it away. We have that's everything I needed from the merchant.
Yeah.
And you said he threw a bag of 5 red gold coins?
Yes.
You cool if I take those? Asking
Yeah,
Barnacle.
go ahead.
I've been keeping them all together just in case it's something bad. Okay, yeah,
All right.
I'm good.
Yeah. The rest of that day's travel is uneventful. Going on to the next day, Barnacle, if you'd like to roll me a percentile.
Once we're back at camp that night, can I work on starting to transcribe spells into my book?
Yes.
It says
I'll
it
say
takes
since you were
2 hours per
also
level, so
yeah. I'll just say since we don't have to worry about it going forward. By the time you get to, or by the time you get to Scale Cliff, you will have had more than plenty of time, so you can just add those.
okay.
Yeah. Or we can add them in a minute, but you'll in case we just forget to mention it again, you'll have plenty of time over the course of the various long rests to work on it.
Okay,
81.
awesome.
Okay.
I will go ahead and add them then.
As you're traveling over the course of the next day, um, at one point you pass by a little farmstead, and you hear what looks to be 2 men arguing. One of which looks to be like a little rough and tumble farmer type, with a little donkey and a little you know work whip, and the other man. The argument appears to be a well armored individual, um, knight looking esque, with a sword strapped to his side, and it appears they're having a argument, kind of just off the road inside the farmstead's little fence. I am unmuted, right?
So I'll be watching and
Okay.
sort of
Mhm.
not being rude and staring, but try to listen and hear what's
Mhm.
going on and see, if this is just a normal thing or also want to try to get an idea of what the armored guy looks like. Is he a bandit or is he a traveler?
Yeah. Kind of assessing the armored individual. He looks to, um, he looks kind of freshly cleaned, um, and uh, as you're kind of looking him up and down, you can kind of see on his sword that's strapped to his side, kind of in the pommel, what appears to be a symbol of a golden dragon, uh, kind of in the hilt of the sword. And kind of as you notice that, you can also see he has like a similar symbol on his chest plate. If you give me a quick religion check.
Okay.
While he's rolling that, you can kind of tell that appears to be their as they're arguing, they kind of keep motioning to the donkey. Maybe it's the distance, and you can't not making quite out the details, but it's escaping you what the symbol is. Reminds you of something, but it's escaping you. But appears to be the arguments has something to do with the donkey and work. It's kind of like the bits you kind of pick up as you're getting close. Something along the lines of the farmer is just like, I'm just trying to get my mule to do his work, and the knight individual is like, you're working him too hard, you're treating him too harshly.
So I'm just
they
going
don't seem to be paying you any mind at the moment.
Yeah. I'll mention to Merritt. I recognize the symbol there, but did you want to interfere?
Is it really our place?
We're just gonna keep going then. We're
All right.
good.
Yeah. Pass by and leave them to their argument.
They look over or something. I'll sort of nod, do a little wave, and then keep going.
Yeah. The rest of the day is kind of uneventful. You start seeing more and more farmsteads as you're getting kind of closer to the city. Still kind of roughly spaced out and not really next to each other. Only a handful here or there as you're traveling throughout the day. But other than that, nothing else of note happens. I guess if you were curious, Merritt, if you wanted to, since he pointed out the symbol to you, if you wanted to give a religion check.
I'll give the check. I'm not sure I'll make it.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh.
We had like a section about this in wizard school.
You recognize it as a symbol of Aestilla, or Astilla, the radiant dragon, a god of protection and travel. One of the gods that is often worshipped in the area.
Merritt's going to let everybody know, but like he definitely like has like a little bit of a chip on his shoulder that, oh yeah, even the people that like know stuff about religion didn't know this once. It doesn't really change anything, but like it does. He's gotta get it when he can.
Yeah.
And would you mind sharing the map again? I don't have it saved.
Yes.
On this computer. Okay. I will now. Okay.
Yep. I've also been adding in, more little markers as
Right.
it becomes relevant, such as where the path to the dead bark tree map kind of begins. roughly along the road.
Well, that one we can't read.
Oh, the
Actually,
That one
like
and the one that's slightly north of it, we
Yeah.
also can't read.
that might be because I forgot to set these to shareable. Yeah, okay. I share the links, but I don't share the notes they're tied to.
Yep.
There we go.
And the
I
camp.
think they're
Okay.
readable now.
I think that worked.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, they should be Bandit Camp and Path to the Dead Bark Tree.
Yep.
cool.
Yes. I feel like I keep doing that, where it's like, yeah, got a little marker, and I give it a little note to help give you like an idea, and then I just and I share the link, but I don't share the note. Yeah. All right. The rest of the day's travel goes by eventfully. Merritt, if you would like to give a quick roll for the next day's travel.
You know what? I think that might. Is that the best we've rolled tonight
Mm.
for travel? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All our luck tonight went to my 3 nat 20s at the beginning of the session.
Fair enough.
You had some good rolls for the scrolls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I got you. Over the course of as you're kind of getting ready to go in the morning, you witness a large flock of birds flying uh north, and don't really pay it too much mind, just birds flying. But then over the course of this day, you start seeing other animals. Like you see a couple of deer in the distance also fleeing north. You see some geese in the distance that are also like moving north. Um, you know, you see some like snakes slithering north, some rabbits. Like just over the course of the day, you start seeing a bunch of different kinds of animals that are just in the wild, almost desperately moving north,
Okay.
seemingly.
If any of them
I'm
are
gonna make myself roll for something real quick.
are edible, and if since she knows how to prepare them, I'll try to get them. If only we had a druid. I smack the comatose Ina.
Hey, Barnacle, isn't there something about like how animals know things before we do? Should we also be running to the north? It feels like maybe they're running from something.
Cliff Town is to the southeast. Till we see something, I'm not going to worry about it. I presume we
Okay.
don't see clouds of smoke or dust clouds of stampeding elephants or anything.
Barnacle, for the hunting, give me 3 attack rolls.
Okay.
You're able to catch a deer and a couple of rabbits that you see fleeing. Maybe truly they were fleeing from you.
Well, that's where they got it wrong. They were fleeing towards us.
Nice. So since you will, when we stop, we'll prepare them and we'll hang them from the sides of the cart till we're ready to stop.
Okay. I'm just throwing this out there. Merritt's on edge. That doesn't really change anything. It's just like he's kind of like keeps on like glancing to the south, making sure that there's nothing like bad coming from that direction. But that's if Barnacle says we keep going, we keep going. So
If we were on the ocean,
enough.
it'd be a different thing, but
Mhm.
I don't care. I don't know. Animals are animals.
Yeah.
Just food coming to us, so we don't have to hunt them. So it's nice.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what you witness over the course of that day's journey. Other than that, nothing else of note happens. Yeah, bringing us to our second of last day's travel. Merritt, if you could roll me percentile dice
Oh, sorry.
as you start. Okay, as you
I'm not merit, so it doesn't count.
actually,
It doesn't
I
count.
was I saw
There
it
we go.
rolling.
It doesn't
Oh.
count.
Nice. Level up. Got a 5.
As you start this day's journey on the kind of northeast side of the road, as you're kind of traveling down, you see kind of like the beginnings of the forest of kind of a forest start to sprout that you're starting to travel on the edge of. As I scroll up. As you continue traveling, this is actually going to be quite interesting. I'm gonna have you guys give me some perception checks.
Oh damn! It's not coming from the south, so I don't fucking.
Yeah.
Um,
Mine wasn't much better.
Well, I mean, at least you got Senshi, who got above a 10. As you're traveling, and it's about 10:30, 11 in the morning. You suddenly hear Senshi like almost kind of like gasp in awe before as he then like tries to get your attention and like look, see, and he points into the forest. And as you kind of look into the forest, you catch just the glimpse of a something white kind of moving between the trees, kind of just out of sight. I swear
And
that was a
so-
unicorn. I saw it had a horn, one horn, and it was a beautiful horse. You guys yeah, he seems to be at a loss of words, but he gets out unicorn.
And we missed it. Uh, can I roll to see what I may or may not know about unicorns?
Yes, give me a.
I can do history
Arc-
or arcana.
Yep. Give me either of those. Whatever you choose, both work.
I went to wizard school, so.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Give me a quick second as I'm just pulling up some info for myself. Barnacle. Well, all you know is that they are like, you know, rare, pretty magic horses. Well, supposedly magic. They just pretty horses with a horn.
Land narwhals.
Yes, exactly. Land narwhals. um, Merit. You know that they are Well, in one, they are considered kind of magical protectors of whatever environment they tend to find themselves in, whether that's like a forest or a grasslands, whatever, wherever they tend to preside themselves, and they kind of tend to keep to one localized area and be a bountiful garden, guardian, not garden, guardian. Where that unicorns are often called forest lords, or you know, as as a part of their bringing kind of a blessing to the land. Uh, you are aware that their horns are extremely valuable for a number of uses. It is said that a wand made of a unicorn's horn is extremely powerful, and that their horns also have great healing properties. Yeah, I think that is a good little summary of what you are aware of. You also are aware that they are intelligent, like they can. They are intelligent beings that can converse with people. Though typically they don't speak common; they'll speak like Elvish or Sylvan.
Good to know. Good to know. Maybe this is just me pulling from like Mantha knowledge, but like it feels like maybe we shouldn't go hunting down the unicorn.
Mm-hmm.
And Merritt is telling his companions the things that he knows about him.
Interesting. Okay. I wonder what it's protecting.
Wouldn't it be protecting this environment here? This, I think we're driving by a forest.
It's just a bunch
Yes.
of trees around here. That's why there's got to be something else over there. Makes me curious. What else is here besides the trees?
It does seem to be this forest does seem to be a bit larger and seems to be just expanding as you've come across it. So it's not like a small localized wood area. It seems to be a little decent size, even if it's not on the map.
He's like, "There's a forest here, definitely. Look,
Yeah,
forest."
I did claim that the map is not 100% accurate.
He's like, "Cut me some slack, guys."
Well, I know. I'm just because occasionally you'll come across little bits of trees on the journey, but I'm just like, this does appear to be a bit of a bigger forest, not just a small little localization of trees.
Gotcha. Well, making a mental note that if we need to find a unicorn,
Yeah.
and I'm assuming that since she didn't lie about it, so I'm not even gonna roll.
I mean, you caught a glimpse of something white moving between the trees before it kind of went out of sight.
Okay, cool. Well, we saw a unicorn. Mark that one off the bucket list.
Did we see it though?
We totally saw a unicorn, marking it off the bucket list.
uh, yeah, I guess as you continue your travel, then the rest of your day is nowhere near as eventful. But it does seem as the forest seems to be, you know,
I will be watching
continuing.
the forest, the side of the forest where he said he saw it, and for the next half hour or so, just looking for it to see if I catch a glimpse. We could go and try to like light a fire or do something over there just to see if it'll come.
I'd rather not draw the ire of a forest lord. I feel like we should just treat it as some sort of good luck charm and keep going. Oh no. I don't think we should bother the unicorn.
That's it. Just keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just marking. There is a forest that is in this kind of area north of Scale Cliff that you're kind of
Make
traveling along.
sure you mark that we saw a unicorn there. Just
Yeah.
Or a white horse. We don't know. We
or
saw
a
we
white
saw
horse.
the white, but Barnacle's not convinced. But Merritt knows we saw a unicorn, and Geralt says we saw a unicorn.
There, I marked it in the little note.
Beautiful.
Yeah. But the rest of the day is kind of uneventful. You keep an eye out for it. You do not catch another glimpse of the unicorn. Actually, you know what? Just for funsies, another perception check.
Halfling luck.
Halfling luck.
Barnacle, around like an hour afterwards, you catch another glimpse of a white stallion with a horn kind of deeper into the forest, a bit further away, and only for a brief moment. The rest of you do also notice over the course of your day that the forest is eerily silent. Not something like you picked up on at first, but like as you were continuing to travel, it's eerily silent. There's like no birds chirping, general sounds of the forest. Doesn't seem to be happening.
And are there any other things continuing to run to the north, or is it just for that one couple hours?
It was something that you saw over the course of all of yesterday, so it wasn't something that just happened just at once, but it was like just over the course of the prior day. Okay. You saw different groups of animals fleeing.
And they were not appearing to flee toward the unicorn, correct? They were just fleeing north.
No, they were very so. Kind of. You guys, I guess, were more, northwest of the forest at that time, and they were like fleeing north away, at least when you witnessed them. So it would have been away from the forest as you kind of came south towards it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably not an issue.
Yeah. Over the course of this next long rest, Merritt, you finish your transcribing.
Yay!
of your spells, and you're able to go on to your last day of travel. Um, you guys are pretty sure you should arrive at Scale Cliff around mid-afternoon. You know, like finally after so long. um, yes. As you over the course of this next day, this Friday, the 24th of the month, or of the day, 24th of the month. You guys are, traveling in about midday as you guys are going on. Uh, you guys hear before you see this deep kind of croaking sound. And as you kind of like hone in on it, you see just sitting in the middle of the road, in front of you guys, is this large bullfrog, just croaking and kind of staring at you guys.
And how do the woods go right up to the road, or is there a large?
Yes, the woods do kind of go up to the road, at least at this point, for this portion of the road.
So, come to
How
a stop.
large is this large bullfrog?
Yes, I mean, are we talking dinner plate, or are we talking
Like large
elephant
creature sized.
No, talking dinner plate. Like it very much
Okay.
looks like around the size of like a normal frog, but a very big. So it's not, large size category. It's still very much like small size category. But it's bigger than your average bullfrog. Is what you, well, I mean, you may not know that because I don't know how many of you have experience with bullfrogs.
Oh no,
But-
we walked through a swamp once.
True, and you would have witnessed frogs during that. But in this case,
Well-
you see this,
Geralt knows they
this
taste good.
chunky boy.
So Gerald's gonna go. Barnacle and Gerald, I'll sort of like follow a couple feet behind Gerald just in case something weird goes on. But Gerald's gonna sort of walk up to it and try to raise his hands, gently, and make nice tones to it. Hello, little froggy, come say hi and let me.
As
help
you get within 10 feet, try to like get close, the bullfrog just kind of like hops to the side of the road, the side of the forest, kind of like away, keeping space, still kind of like staring at you guys. And like as it kind of like comes to the side of the road, it like kind of like turns a little bit to like keep an eye on you guys.
So Geralt is gonna try to catch it, and Barnacle will stay within like 10 feet of Geralt.
All right. Give me a acrobatics, I guess. Yeah. We'll call it acrobatics. Sadly, as he kind of like goes to dive for it, it just like kind of jumps through the loop in the arms. As he kind of like dives, fails to catch it, and it just like hops and back towards or along the side of the road, keeping a distance from Gerald.
Okay. So
As
Barnacle was sort of watching and waiting to see. He was half expecting this thing to cast spells or grow or people to jump out or something. Since none of that happened, he'll grab his net and try to catch it with a net.
All right. Yeah, give me an attack roll.
Nice.
All right.
And
Can you
it's a
hear me
range of
the
5 feet.
rules of that nets again? Because I remember it had kind of funky. I just want to remember the net rules.
Yep. So it does have little
Alright.
hooks on it. And I can't really stop that from happening, so it would do 2 points of damage.
All right. Yeah, but you aren't able to, run up, do that. Yeah, with an average hit point of 1, Frog dies. But as it dies, it actually, you hear a little poof sound as the frog kind of disappears, leaving behind some what looks to be almost these black feathers, just a little pile before those also start to dissolve.
So I, as a player, think I know what that is. I don't think Barnacle would have any kind of background with this type of thing, so.
Hey, what kind of
Do we get to
frog
make a
leaves
roll?
behind feathers?
Merritt, give me an Arcana check. Um, while the feathers kind of throw you off a little bit, you were pretty sure the disappearing frog was a familiar of some kind, based of just how it kind of poofed out of existence.
Huh.
Maybe some twisted version of the spell. Not entirely sure. Maybe it's the unique signature of whoever cast or summoned the familiar or something. You're not sure.
Okay, well,
Never got that far.
So
yeah. He
pulling
never
that
really
back.
mastered the Find Familiar spell.
Yeah.
Pick
That.
off the feathers and clean it as we go.
Well, didn't the, Oh, you're talking about just cleaning the net.
Yep.
Hey, I think that might have been a familiar. Like, just, like, normal animals don't poof out of existence like that, so...
You're familiar with frogs that turn into feathers?
I'm familiar with animals that poof out of existence. So,
So again, I'll keep my head in a swivel, looking, watching things in case whoever was controlling this thing, or how close do they have to
oh
be to
shit.
look through their familiars and communicate with their familiar?
It's pretty far. Like, isn't it like a mile or something?
Uh, I think there's like 2 different variants. I think it's like full info. I think it's only like less than that, but I do not remember. If I pull it up real quick, the exact because you rolled good enough to where you would have that info. As I'll just share that in the chat. Yeah, with 100 feet is you're able to telepathically communicate with it.
Theoretically, it can go as far as it wants,
Yeah.
but it can't
The
communicate
actual
within beyond 100 feet.
Yeah. Yeah, you can look through pretty much as far as you want, but theoretically, but yeah, but 100 feet for communication. Yeah.
Man, I think my notes for the thing that you whispered me about got wiped or something. It sucks.
Do you want me to give you that information again?
I would very much like that. Yeah. I'm
Okay.
like looking through all of the notes I've got. I'm like, I don't see it.
Um, well, so you found earlier in the week what appeared to be a sketch in your book that looked to be of a little hut within a forest, and with a wall to one side. What appears like it to be like a large city wall. It did the You were able to kind of figure out that the image looked like it had been drawn from like the other side of the page, almost through like a window or something like that. And it looks like there was like portions where it appeared to be like smudged as if it was like wet. Um, you know, it was dry in your page, but it looks like there was no like watermarks, but like the ink had like spread in some spots, like as if it had gotten like some water on it.
I appreciate it.
You also learned around that time, because you asked questions, that Scalecliff is a walled city. In case you lost that too.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and now you're aware of a forest that is just north of it.
So I don't know how much Merritt shared. Um, I've heard stories of like a hut in the forest that's to the north of Scalecliff. And I don't know why. I feel like we should investigate. Feel like something maybe bad, maybe good might be there, but we have just found a familiar that seems to have been keeping an eye on maybe not us in specifically, but at least on travelers, and that seems like it's worth a look.
Well, the familiar accidentally died, and I say we drop off these priests first, and then we can go back and hunt down this witch or whatever it is you're looking for.
All right.
I guess with that, I guess one point of order that I just would like to do before we actually wrap up for the night. Yeah, at some point, Gerald would also come back to you on your offer, and let you know he would be honored to continue traveling with you guys.
Yay!
Sees it as a perfect way to kind of repay you guys for helping out with his church, both helping get rid of the corruption and that had overtaken his home church, but then also helping with the reestablishing of their church temple. Kind of sees it as a good way to repay you guys and also kind of carry on honoring his own faith. He said he would be for the two options, like he was said he was would like to do the small slice of the treasure. He doesn't want a big slice, but just something small. If you come across stuff in your travels, so that he could then take it back to his church eventually, rather than a steady pay.
Okay.
Yeah. And with that, your temporary edition has become a permanent edition.
Yay!
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah. Well, I guess next time we'll pick up with you guys arriving in Scale Cliff Town finally. And possibly going into this forest where, a possible hut resides and a possible unicorn resides.
So, would you please? One of the problems with switching computers is the enemy's note. Would you please copy and paste it into the new enemy's note that I just made? Because I cannot,
Okay. Yeah, totally can do.
access it.
New,
Let me
new
share it.
enemies. Here we go.
There we go. It's public. And then you can just delete the old enemies.
All right. I think that should be all good. Yep, there you go.
That's right. And
then enemies.
as we get ready to go into the city, well, good news is we haven't run across that squirrel lately. Hopefully, now that we're in the city,
God, for real!
leave us alone.
You know what? Actually, sorry. I have one more thing I forgot I was going to add that I blanked on because I wanted to before. So as you're kind of wrapping up with the familiar situation, and you kind of relay this and you start to get ready to move. You guys actually catch the warning because of how eerily silent the forest has been, as jumping off one of the trees onto Merritt is the damn feral squirrel just screeching as it lands on your head, kind of running between your two horns before royally messing your hair before jumping off again.
Squirrel!
And running back off to the forest.
Merit Bane strikes again.
Yeah. You take 1 point of damage as you feel some hair get ripped. Yep. Thank you for actually pointing it out.
I believe we almost made it through the whole session.
I was actually.
Well, like 2 or 3 sessions because we haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, it's been a couple sessions that you've last seen him. Not
All right.
I'm gonna be honest. I kind of figured that something would happen with that squirrel when I rolled a 99, but makes sense.
No, the 99 was as I have a note, it's you get attacked by multiple manticores.
Wow, nice.
I appreciate you taking pity on us and giving a traveling merchant instead.
Yeah. Which luckily you guys had so many stuff to trade with, because for a lot of the things he actually sold you kind of marked up than what you could probably usually get it for.
Yeah.
Well, you had asked Merritt to roll the day before, and so this next day you asked him again, and it threw me off. I was expecting you to ask me. So you were like, go ahead and roll me a percentile. I was like, oh, okay, so it's my turn. And then you said Merritt. I was like, oh, doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
If I did, I must have messed up my every other count or something. But yeah. I mean, yep.
I'll happily take the not 96.
Yes.
I'll take the 5.
Correct. And don't forget, under options, you have to do this for every campaign, but once you do it once, it's great. You now have the it is Windows. Do something. There it is. Restore Windows on start. If you turn that on, anything you have open. So, like if I keep the Crystal Heart campaign map open and leave, when I come back in, it'll be open again. So, anything you have open, Combat Tracker, all that stuff will be open in the same spot it was before.
Yeah. I hope you guys have fun. We have finally kind of concluded our long travel that has taken several sessions.
Yeah, been nice.
Yeah, I hope that I kept it interesting with the random encounters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. They were really nice, neat, and varied. So it was cool.
Yeah.
I've
So-
You know,
said
truly,
it
I like the
before.
only issue I had was today when I was like, oh, you just got finished with a nice fight that ended up going a lot longer than I initially intended it for be, and then it's like, oh, you rolled another long fight that's going to be really hard on you. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm hack and slasher. I'd be happy with
Appreciate it,
another
yeah.
long fight. I wouldn't have minded, but either way, it works.
Yeah.
Plus, now we got some good stuff from the merchant.
Yep. And who knows? Maybe you'll find Gerald again. Who actually, now I think about it, I should add him to the people, places, and players note. Or no, wait.
I think it was something else.
No, it was Grant. His name's Grant.
I'm like,
Oh.
isn't Senshi Gerald?
And as I'm scrolling through, and I'm realizing apparently I also named a guard in Falsevein Gerald.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like you just
Um,
like the name, you know? It's a very popular name
There you go.
Yeah,
in this region.
you got Acolyte Gerald, and then you got Guard Gerald,
Right.
both from False.
It's it's
Um,
gonna be one of those names that like gets really popular, and then because it's so popular, people stop using it, and then like you use that name and like it sounds old, you know? Like somebody called Gertrude. Like you're like, oh yeah, that's somebody that's like older. That's not like a kid, you know?
Right.
Like
Yeah. So Sunday we have starting a brand new campaign in Starfinder. So feel be free. Make sure you come by and say hello to everybody. And by the way, we need to change that. I need to remember to change that if I can find it again.
oh
It's
yeah,
no longer 1900s. It's 1830. And
indeed.
then right back here next week, Nick is, because it's the fifth week. Nick is going to be DMing, but he's going to be doing a one shot. I have asked 3 other people if they want to join us, but I
I'm gonna
don't know
have
that any of them will show up.
6
But
characters ready for people to choose from. So,
nice.
um,
So I don't know that anybody will show up. What with it being the holiday and stuff. So, but we'll see. Mantha and I will be here if nothing else. So make
Okay.
sure you come back by. And if you're doing stuff, go to YouTube and check it out a day or two after. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and whatever else you do. Enjoy the rest of your day. Say goodnight, guys.
good night.
Right, guys.